All right, welcome back to Fully Funded Scholarship. This is the Australian Government Research Training Program international fee offset from the university, the Australian National University. It's a fully funded scholarship for masters and PhD students, both for international students and for national students. So this scholarship is an all-year-round scholarship and is aimed for students who are aiming to come to Australia to study their masters and PhD fully by research. So, what's the eligibility of this scholarship? He said the Commonwealth Scholarship Guidelines Research 2017 set the basis for the condition of award and outlined the basic eligibility requirement for this scholarship. The ANU, that is the Australian National University, has established an ROTP policy and procedure which outlines the standards, process, and conditions for this scholarship. These documents are available from the reference documents section of this page. So, the document, the policy statement, and procedure is in the link here. So, here is it on this link. Is a totality about the scholarship. So the benefits this scholarship covers your tuition fee for the duration of your study of 3 years or 2 years, depending on the duration of your study. It also covers your overseas health cover. That means you have a health insurance if you are a recipient of this scholarship. So what's the tenor or how long is the scholarship? Say the award must be taken in Canberra no later than the date specified in the letter of offer unless in special circumstance another date has been determined by the university. So in this scholarship, when you apply for this scholarship, it's usually during the process of submitting an application letter to Australian National University, then you stated that you are automatically considered for a research scholarship. So as far as you are coming to pursue your master's or PhD by research or higher degree by research, you're automatically eligible and considered for this scholarship. So you ought to start at the start date of the university and the particular program you're coming in for. It said if eligible, a scholar may apply for an extension of the award by completing the Manage My Degree HDR form in ISIS. The university may extend the award for a period of 6 months in the first instance, where the researcher has been delayed by circumstances beyond the scholar's control and the reasons are related to the research rather than to issues of a personal nature. A further extension of 6 months on the same grounds may be sought but must not be sought until the period of the extension has commenced. So that's the duration of the scholarship. That means it's by default a 3.5 years, but you can apply for an extra 1 year if there are some challenges that is affecting the research. So there's a leave of absence of about 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks for part-time students. However, you have to discuss this with your supervisor or the university academic team to ensure that you are for them to allow you go for any any issue that you are going to address. You see, a period or periods of leave of absence may not in total exceed 12 months during the tenure of the award and is subject to the conditions of any ANU scholarship or award concurrently held. So, meaning during your study at Australian National University, there is a limit to the number of holiday that you can actually go on. Your total holiday is not expected to exceed 12 months. which is 1 year. So it's not expected to be more than that. Then acknowledgement of award. It says scholars are required to acknowledge the Commonwealth contribution at any time during or after the completion of a higher degree by research. When the recipient of Australian Government Research Training Program International Fee Offset Scholarship, his or her supervisor or any other party publishes, produces materials such as books, articles, newsletters, or other literary or artistic works which relate to the research project carried out by the recipient of the AGRTP scholarship. A recipient must ensure that the entire Commonwealth contribution is acknowledged in a prominent place and in an appropriate form. The acknowledgement must include the mention of the student support through an Australian Government Research Training Program scholarship. So those are the things that you need to know. So you can just go through this page carefully. Here is the acceptance letter. If you've if it's possible that you've already gotten this award, you have to fill this document, this fourth page, and submit to the university with your admission number. So this is the school application page where you can, this is the research page where you can go through to search for supervisors who are in your potential areas or areas that you intend to pursue your research. And here is the application page where you can search for your program and discover those who are in your field or the various courses that Australia National University has to offer as an institution. So say tell us about yourself. Are you a domestic or international student? So when you click on international, it brings a unique details for international students. So when you've done that, then it will request you what degree are you coming for? Is it undergraduate or postgraduate or a research program? So as a would-be recipient of the ROTP scholarship, you click on the research program and it leads you to this page. What is requested as a research student of the ANU, what you must have, okay, the minimum admission requirement, the English language requirement, then the research proposal, that is what kind of research are you coming to do, then your referees, how many referees you are expected to have, then supporting documentation or what we popularly call supporting documents. Then you find a supervisor after you've gotten all of such. Then the ANU College research opportunities as well as exploration of college application requirements. So let's just still go through that a little. Okay, so the first on the list is minimum admission requirement. It's a one, an Australian bachelor degree with at least second class honor, upper first class honor may be required by some programs or the international equivalent, or another degree with significant research, so thesis component, or a combination of both qualifications, research, publication, or professional experience related to your field of study. So any of these can be accepted as your application basic academic application requirement. That's for those going in for PhD. Then for those going in for research by masters is a higher bachelor degree. Then another equivalent degree, that means if you do not have a bachelor degree. Then a third, say a combination of qualifications, research publications, and or professional experience that are related to your field of study. So if you have professional experience that are related to a field of study, combined with your bachelor degree, it can earn you this, can be accepted as a requirement for admission to a master's degree. And the next is English language proficiency. It says you must meet our English language proficiency to be eligible for admission to ANU. While you can apply without having met them, you will need to show that you do when you get to study offer from us. Unsure whether you can meet our English language requirements, contact your research school or the graduate research office before you send your application. So here is a page where you have all the English language proficiency and the test that ANU will require from you. So the page has opened. Let's look at a brief overview of countries that are exempted from writing any English test course. You see, applicants, whether domestic, international, courses delivered at ANU in Australia, these students must provide evidence that their English language ability meets the minimum requirements for admission. Exemption for overseas courses and international programs taught and assessed in an English language other than English are approved by the academic board. The most recent evidence is used as proof of English language proficiency unless otherwise specified. So, there are some countries listed here. These citizens or intended students from this country do not need to submit any test English requirements or English language requirement. So the first on the list is American Samoa, Australia, Botswana, Canada, Fiji, Ghana, Guyana, Ireland, Jamaica, Kenya, Lesotho, Liberia, New Zealand, Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, Samoa, Singapore, Solomon Islands, South Africa, Tonga, Trinidad and Tobago, United Kingdom, United States of America, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. So if you are from any of these countries, you need not to submit any English language proficiency test course. What you just need to do is to contact your university that they should get you a letter indicating that you completed your previous study in English language, or the medium of instruction of your previous degree was in English language. Then you attach it to your application to submit to Australian National University. So here's the English language proficiency that are accepted by ANU. IELTS is accepted, TOEFL is accepted, TOEFL IBT and TOEFL non-IBT is accepted. The Cambridge C1 Advanced English, the PTE Academic, all of those are accepted. So let's continue with the requirements. So the next, we are in the referees. It said nominate up to 3 referees to support your application. Say ensure their contact details are correct. We will email them a report to complete from within the application portal as soon as we receive your application. If your referee is unable to access our system-generated referee report, they can contact admissions team and ask for another version of the form. Your referees must send their completed reports confidentially and directly to the university rather than you. Okay, so that's for that. The next is supporting documentation. It says upload clear copies of your academic transcript and graduation certificates with your application. You do not need to certify these documents, but they must be original copies. We will verify their authenticity. If your academic documents were originally given to you in a language other than English, we will need official copies of the document in that language and the original translations for verification purposes. The number six is incomplete applications. As you know, incomplete application may lead to your application being declined. It may not be accepted. However, let's look at what ANU has to say. It says you can apply to ANU before you complete your current degree if you are in your final year. Advise the Graduate Research Office your expected completion date via your application and supply a copy of your qualification when we make you an offer. So that means if you are a student and you are in your final year of study and intending to go for a master's or a PhD, you can also apply. Then upon when you now get an offer of admission, then you can now send them your degree certificate. Then here are the things that you must do before you apply. One, you must find a supervisor. Now, to find a supervisor is simple. You just click on this, find a supervisor. Then you put in your intending area, the field that you want to carry out your master's or your PhD. You type anything related to that field in the search bar, and it pops up a list of specialists that are in that list of specialists that are in that field, and their years of experience. Then from there you can choose anyone that you know that his or her experience or his or her area of research can align with you. Then you email them that you like or you are interested in working with them. You want them to be your supervisor. And that is how the research starts. Okay, so you say how to apply. Say if you have the approval of a college or potential supervisor, you can apply for the admission to ANU without this endorsement, though we might not be able to access your application. So meaning that if you do not get an endorsement, your application to ANU, it may be turned down or they might not be able to access it. So that means there might be an endorsement letter from your supervisor that you are expected to submit alongside your application when making your application. Application steps. Say choose your program that you want to study from the program course and catalog. Then 2, click on the programs page, click on apply to open the application portal. Then 3, complete your application. It says you can apply for one research program and choose for us to consider for you the corresponding MPhil program if you do not meet the academic requirements of the program in your application. So guys, that's a short one over there. It's a short one. Remember that this scholarship is fully funded, covers your tuition, living allowance, your health cover for a duration of 3.5 years and possibility of a 1-year extension in case there is having any challenge with your research. You can apply for it to be extended with 1 year. So guys, that's a short one over there. Moses Obarisi. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. If you have any issue you are not clear with, also drop it in the comment section, and I will talk to you in the next video. I am Moses Obarisi. Bye.